Greetings, everybody. Been a while since the last clan lore video. Sorry about that. In this series I tell you the founding stories of a few clans created through random generation. Sources in the description and first part linked above. Now that all that is out of the way, I can welcome you to the Lightning Pond, the spiritual meeting place of the clans, as this story begins with the destiny of one peculiar Gold Clan medicine cat apprentice, Speckled Paw. You see, Gold Clan cats see the presence of their ancestors in the light of the sun, receiving signs through its reflection in waterways or the shadow that objects cast with its help. Speckled Paw had some trouble with getting anything more out of sunlight than a warm pelt, but her mentor Tawny Step is sure that it's only a matter of learning. That is to say, she was sure of that, until a certain medicine cat meeting. It is dry season, and as normal, the pond around the lightning tree is mostly dried up, only a damp muddy layer remaining on the usually pale stones. When Tawny Step turns around to see if her apprentice needs help climbing the roots of the tree, her gaze lands on the paw prints Speckled Paw left behind. White stones are peeking through the muddy brown, shining like the stars that dotted the night sky. From this day forward, Tawny Step knows Speckled Paw wouldn't walk the sunlit path of a Gold Clan medicine cat. She tells Speckled Paw as much when the young cat receives the full name Speckled Moon. However, much more than a confused Speckled Moon doesn't come from it for the longest time. It's dry season again. Or to be frank, it's too dry even for dry season. And when Wave Clan can cool off in the sea and Iris Clan finds some shade between the skeletal remains of bushes, Gold Clan is left to the sun's wrath between scorched grass and a river close to drying up. Uncertainty is growing inside the clan as to why the sun would have turned against them like this. One cat in particular turns her back with conviction to the sun and furious eyes onto her leader, Morning Light. The warrior in question, named Crescent Claw, saw too many clanmates near and dear to her heart suffer from the heat, and as she saw it, Morning Light's inability to adequately lead them through the crisis. Crescent Claw becomes increasingly vocal about her doubts, and her clanmates more inclined to listen. She's becoming a threat to the unity of Gold Clan and its leader. So Crescent Claw shouldn't have been too shocked when she's ambushed by loyalist clanmates in her sleep and nearly killed. Though, even if the leader would have liked Crescent Claw out of his way, he couldn't condone cold-blooded murder. They were honorable warriors, not coyotes. Consequently, Crescent Claw is nursed back to health by Tawny Step and especially by Speckled Moon, who has to listen to Crescent Claw going on and on about Morning Light's failings, the dangers of Gold Clan's territory, and her allegedly significantly superior skills to lead. They are rather exhausting days of herb sorting and camp duty, but someone has to keep an eye on the outspoken warrior while she is injured to ensure no further assassination attempts. Inevitably, things boil over when a hunting patrol, including the deputy, doesn't return, eventually found dead in the territory, fallen to exhaustion and heat stroke. While the clan pays the last respect to the fallen clanmates till dawn, a new deputy to be announced once the old one was buried at sunrise, Crescent Claw wouldn't keep quiet any longer. She confronts the leader at the Virgil, the moon still in the sky, and declares the blood of the past cats on his path. Chaos breaks out, as Crescent Claw is verbally attacked for her respectless words to the leader and audacity to bring conflict to the peaceful Virgil. Two fronts start to form. Those who agree with Crescent Claw that the fallen clanmates wouldn't find peace anyway if Gold Clan doesn't change something, and the larger number of cats who stand behind their leader. All looks close to ending in blood, the moon framing the two faction leaders who would gladly die to prove the other wrong, when Speckled Moon jumps between Crescent Claw and Morning Light. They had never conversed with Light Clan before, but in this moment, they know what path their ancestors would like them to take. They reiterate that no blood should be spilled over the bodies of fallen clanmates, but that Gold Clan could no longer exist in the way it does now, and Light Clan wouldn't want them to. Crescent Claw and any cat who wants to follow her should leave Gold Clan. Speckled Moon will accompany Crescent Claw, regardless of how many cats wish to join, to ensure the well-being of anyone who does and help them find a new home. To say that Crescent Claw is surprised by Speckled Moon's support would be an understatement. had the Medicine Cat expressed nothing but annoyance about the warrior's character until now. Regardless, Crescenclaw readily steps up to lead the cats to a more suitable territory. And so GoldClan was split in two, with the cats who chose to stay outnumbering the departing ones. But this doesn't stop Crescent Light to join the next gathering as the leader of the newly formed SilverClan, a clan situated in the wetland of the river delta between WaveClan and GoldClan. They worship LightClan through the moon and stars, and its leader never misses a chance to antagonize GoldClan, and vice versa. A rather concerning or amusing display for WaveClan and IrisClan, depending on who you ask. And that's how SilverClan willed itself into existence. Admittedly, it felt more like a GoldClan Part 2. Don't tell SilverClan that I said that. I hope you enjoyed regardless, and have an amazing week. See ya!